I know Chiggs is in here recording this.
No Chid Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
you know, Chig gonna have everything up there.
whatever you say, Chid's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Nah, Joe, you gotta do something, man. You can't let Adam22 win this. Drop that interview and prove everybody wrong. So you guys all know that Joe Budden did an interview with Tasha K. Now that interview has not dropped yet. Joe actually got some backlash from Cardi B for interviewing Tasha K, which made Joe Budden put it in the vaults like Smack does URL battles that are trash. As of now, Joe did come out and say he's not sure whether or not he's gonna drop it. Tasha K actually spoke on this. If you guys haven't watched that video, make sure you guys go check it out. Tasha K basically said, yo, Joe is industry. Obviously, he has relationships to protect, so him not dropping the interview now does not surprise her. But it looks like Tasha K has been doing her rounds in the media. She also dropped by and did an interview with the JBP Ops Adam22 No Jumper. And now Adam is dropping the interview today. Not only that, but he's taking some shots at Joe. Here's what Adam said.
All right, Tasha K interview dropping momentarily. Yes, it's a Saturday, but the thing just turned green. Great interview, great conversation. Nobody can intimidate me not to drop amazing conversations that I have on camera. I'm not industry. I'm not playing games. We're doing real content for the people. So make sure when you see that in your subscription tab, you smash the like. Over and out.
Now listen, you guys know I normally disagree with Adam22, but I gotta agree with him on this one. Joe, you can't let Cardi B intimidate you to not drop the interview. If Cardi would have never said she had an issue with you doing the interview with Tasha K, that interview would have been dropped. Obviously, you guys gotta make your edit, whatever you guys gotta do to protect yourself legally, because I'm sure Tasha K was talking crazy on there. But at this point, this interview you did with Tasha K has created so much hype and buzz. Everybody, myself included, wants to see it. Now, obviously, both platforms, the JBP and No Jumper, are ran differently. Some of you guys might say that the JBP has more integrity over No Jumper, so certain content pieces they might not drop, which is a pretty fair assessment. But there was a reason why Joe decided to sit down with Tasha K, and I'm sure it wasn't just to let the interview go to waste. And yes, of course, this is all part of Adam's plan to discredit the Joe Budden podcast and also label them as industry while propping himself up and making himself look like the best content creator and podcaster. Someone who's for the fans and the fans only. So what you guys think about this, man? Adam22, you are a slick guy. Post comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. I'll see you guys later.
I don't give a shit if Joe Budden dropped that interview or not. I don't give two motherfucking shits. Do you know how many interviews I've done that I have not dropped because I don't want to? I don't give a shit who he friends with. I don't give a shit what the fuck he does with his platform, because ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. But what I can say, okay, is that Joe is industry. I'm not. And that's what the debate was between both of us. Like, he has a compassion and a certain empathy based off relationships that he has and that he probably needs in order to keep his platform growing. We did all of this, what we're doing, without being industry. Joe doesn't do what I do. He relies very much on industry relationships to bring y'all premium content. I rely on severing relationships to bring y'all premium content. Two very opposite ends of the spectrum, okay? I told Joe, and let me clear some stuff up. Joe didn't fly me out. I was already in New York doing press. I hit him. I said, yo, I'm in New York. I would love to stop by the podcast, and we would love to have you. There was no issues. We did an interview. He was very compassionate towards his industry colleague, okay? I stood my ground. He stood his. We got into a whole lot of other shit. But at the end of the day, there was a mutual respect. I got a chance to state what really happened. And contrary to what anybody says, I don't lose sleep over that woman at all. I have not missed work. I have not missed a beat with my family. I have not missed a beat with my kids. Nothing stops this train. Everything that I have, I got because of us. And that's on that. So whether he decides to drop it or not, I can care less. It's going to be more interviews that are going to be great. Some things are not meant to be out. You never know why. Maybe there's some underlying power that's just saying, Joe, don't drop it. Maybe it looks like it's for this, but it's really for this. Because there was a lot of shit in that interview where he himself was like, oh my God. Because there was a conversation that came up. Because my thing is like, there are men that claim they don't see the things that are being done by certain people on the internet, namely women who use a means of sympathy and they play the victim role a lot. But when the man becomes a victim of that same woman, now it's now that they want us to see that they are a victim of the same person we were a victim of. But that person could do no wrong. Read in between the lines. I don't need to say no names. But all I'm saying is what I told him. I said, do you remember there was a certain person that hit the internet about you and said that you kicked a baby out her stomach and you broke her ribs? But no, not even you. Nobody saw past the big ass and the titties and the light skin. But the moment that beautiful, voluptuous woman starts to make allegations about you, now you see what we see. Do you see what I see? Because men only truly see pussy. If it ain't got nothing to do with them, and this I'm gonna end this on this. If it ain't got nothing to do with them, it could be female business. It could be, because this is female business between me and his colleague, right? This ain't got nothing to do with no men. But men are always going to so-called protect women. It don't matter what they do. It don't matter how many times they get out here and fight and be aggressive and make all sorts of allegations. If they say they're the victim, that's what it is until the rabbit has the gun on them. And when the rabbit has a gun on them, I thought she was pretty. I thought you never saw that. What is this? Do you understand what I'm saying here? So you cannot get upset